Today's topic is sexual reproduction in humans. Sexual reproduction takes place by the process of meiosis. Okay, sperm from male, that is 2n. We have done in the previous slides 2n from both, but it is divided when it is fertilized, and egg from female. Fertilization occurs and they form zygote, which we say fertilized egg, and it will be having 2n number of chromosomes 46, 23 from male, 23 from female, and total 46 in zygote. And then afterwards mitosis process, through mitosis process the development of egg occurs. From one it becomes multiple and we get a mass of cell and differentiation, and it becomes an offspring with 2n. Okay, we say diploid. Okay, so far we have been discussing the variety of modes that different species use different reproduction. Let us now look at the species that we are most interested in, namely humans. Humans use a sexual mode of reproduction. How does this process work? Let us begin at an apparently unrelated point. All of us know that our body change as we become older. You must have learned changes that take place in your body earlier in class 8 also. We notice that our height has increased continuously from early age till now. We acquire teeth, we even lose the old so-called milk teeth and acquire new ones. All of these are changes that can be grouped under the general process of growth in which the body becomes larger. But in early teenage years, a whole new set of changes occurs that cannot be explained simply as the body enlargement. Instead, the appearance of the body changes, proportions changes, new features appear, and so do new sensation. So changes in girls and boys are there. So let us have a differences in that. These are some physical changes occur in boys and girls in the teenage. First in boys, growth spurt. Boys and girls both first is same, growth spurt. Spurt means एकदम तेजी से बढ़ते हैं, very fast. Okay, quickly increased. Second, rounding of body features. Here, broadening of shoulder. Third, development of breast. Okay, in girls. Third, in boys, development of muscles. Fourth, growth of hair. Fourth again, here also growth of hair. Fifth, appearance of pimples. Here also you can say appearance of pimples. Sixth, menstruation. Sixth here, enlargement of sex organs. And one more, 7, deepening of voice. So next paragraph was the same what we have done. Okay. Now don't think that these changes occur very fast. Yes, growth, the puberty growth shows little faster, but the changes are not so fast. What, for example, if I go for this paragraph, all of these changes take place slowly over a period of months and years. They do not happen all at the same time in one person, nor do they happen at the exact age. In some people, they happen early and quickly, while in others, they can happen slowly. ऐसा नहीं कि सभी एक साथ बड़े हो गए, सब कुछ एक साथ हो गया. No, it depends on the person. Also, each change does not become complete quickly either. So, for example, thick hairs on the face in boys appears is as a few scattered hairs first, and only slowly does the growth begin to become uniform. Even so, all these changes show differences between people, just as we have differently shaped noses or fingers. So also we have different patterns of hair growth or size and shape of breast or penis. All of these changes are aspects of sexual maturation of the body. Why does the body show sexual maturation at this age? We have talked about the need for specialized cell type in multicellular bodies to carry out specialized functions, the creation of germ cell to participate in sexual reproduction in another specialized function, and we have seen that plants develop special cells and tissues type to create them. And if you think that these changes are not necessary, no, it is wrong. These changes must be there. If there is no growth and development, then there must be something lacking in your body, in your blood. That is why the growth and development is not seen in your body. If you are not getting height, if you are not having hairs on your face and other genital pores, then also some problem would be there in your body. So these all changes should be there in your body at a particular time period. Okay, and it is most important for the sexual reproduction. Or in plants also, if you say there are no tissues, then there won't be reproduction and no new fruit or flower will take place. However, while the body of individually organism is growing, the creation of germ cell to participate in sexual reproduction is another specialized function, and we have seen that plants develop special cell and tissues type to create them. Human being also develop special tissues for this purpose. However, while the body of the individual organism is growing to its adult size, the resources of the body are mainly directed at achieving this growth. While that is happening, the maturation of the reproductive tissue is not likely to be a major priority. Thus, as the rate of general body growth begins to slow down, reproductive tissues begin to mature. This period during adolescence, we say adolescence is called a puberty. So how do all the changes that we have talked about link to the reproductive system? We must remember that the sexual mode of reproduction means that germ cells from two individuals have to join together. This can happen by the external release of germ cells from the bodies of individuals, as happens in flowering plants. फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स में आपने देखा है कि पॉलन ग्रेन्स जाता है स्टिग्मा के ऊपर. दैट मीन्स मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट. फ्रॉम द मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट, pollen grains sit on the stigma, which is a female reproductive part. Okay, and then fertilization occurs. This can happen by external release of germ cells from the bodies of individuals, as happens in flowering plants, or it can happen by two individuals joining their bodies together for internal transfer of germ cells for fusion, as happens in many animals. If animals are to participate in this process of mating, their state of sexual maturity must be identifiable by other individuals. Many changes during puberty, such as new hair growth patterns, are signals that sexual maturation is taking place. On the other hand, the actual transfer of germ cells between two people needs special organs for the sexual act, such as penis, when it is capable of becoming erect. In mammals such as humans, the baby is carried in the mother's body for a long period and will be breastfed later. The female reproductive organs and breast will need to mature to accommodate these possibilities. Let us look at the systems. This is human male reproductive system. Okay, let us go for labeling. Seminal vesicle, ureter, bladder, prostate gland, penis, urethra, testis, scrotum, the bag in which testis is, we say scrotum, and vas deferens. The male reproductive system consists of portions which produce the germ cells and other portions that deliver the germ cells to the site of fertilization. The formation of germ cells or sperms takes place in testis. All the parts of the male reproductive system and its function. So first one, the formation of germ cells or sperms takes place in testis. So testis, formation of germ cell or sperm. These are located outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum because sperm's formation requires a lower temperature. Underline this, everything is important because these topics are coming. Lower temperatures than the normal body temperature. We have discussed the role of testes in the secretion of the hormone testosterone in the previous chapter. In addition to regulating the formation of sperms, testosterone brings about changes in the appearance seen in boys at the time of puberty. The sperms formed are delivered. Okay, sperm बन गया, कहाँ बन गया? Testis में. फिर उसको लेके कौन जाता है? Now that vas deferens, it takes sperm is to be taken from testis to one place to another through vas deferens. The sperms formed are delivered through the vas deferens, which unites with the tube coming from the urinary bladder. The urethra thus forms a common passage for both, underline, for both the sperms and urine. Along the path of the vas deferens, glands like prostate glands and the seminal vesicles add their secretion so that the sperms are now in a fluid which makes their transport easier, and this fluid also provides nutrition. The sperms are tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail that helps them to move towards the female germ cell, and I have shown you the picture of sperm also. Next one is female reproductive system. This both figure you have to learn to draw. Especially this female reproductive system is asked more. Oviduct, fallopian tube, ovary, uterus, cervix. Okay, somewhat you would be knowing about this. Female reproductive system. The female germ cells or eggs are made in the ovaries. ओके अब ये ओवरीज में बनते हैं, ठीक है, ये कनेक्टेड नहीं होता है. ओवरी एंड फेलोपियन ट्यूब आर नॉट कनेक्टेड. आई विल शो यू अ गुड पिक्चर ऑफ दिस. They are also responsible for the production of some hormones. Look at the picture and identify the various organs. When a girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. On reaching puberty, some of these starting maturing. One egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. The egg is carried from the ovary to the womb through a thin oviduct or fallopian tube. The two oviducts unite into an elastic bag-like structure known as uterus. The uterus opens into vagina through the cervix. The sperm enter through the vaginal passage. During sexual intercourse, they travel upward and reach the oviduct, where they may encounter the egg. The fertilized egg, zygote, starts dividing. I have shown you picture. Zygote dividing, become multicellular, dividing and form a ball of cells or embryo. The embryo is implanted in the lining of the uterus, where they continue to grow and develop organs to become fetus. We have seen in earlier sections that mother's body is designed to undertake the development of child. Only mother's body can make this wonder. Development of body and development of child is done only in the mother's womb. The embryo is implanted in the lining of uterus, where they continue to grow and develop organs to become fetus. We have seen in earlier sections that the mother's body is designed to undertake the development of the child. Hence, the uterus prepares itself every month to receive and mature the growing embryo. The lining thickness and is richly supplied with blood to nourish the growing embryo. And this all baby happens due to fertilization. And if fertilization does not occur, then it breaks and the menstruation starts. Okay. That is the next part, means next, if fertilization does not occur, then what happens? The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of special tissue called placenta. This is the disc which is embedded in the uterine wall. It contains villi on the embryo's side of the tissue, on the mother's side, and blood spaces which surrounds the villi. This provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the embryo. The developing embryo will also generate waste substances which can be removed by transferring them into the mother's blood through the placenta. The development of the child inside the mother's body takes approximately 9 months. The child is born as a result of rhythmic contraction of muscles in the uterus. Now they are asking what happens. Okay, this picture I will show you. Placenta. I am going to show you placenta, the layer. See, placenta is written, and baby. You will be knowing that baby is upside down. The layer, okay, this red layer you are able to see from here. The baby is getting nutrition from mother's womb. Okay, and this part is the full blood capillaries are there. So from placenta, connecting link of mummy and baby. And this picture is of fertilization, I tell you, okay. Ovary, every month it gives one egg to, and fallopian tube takes. During this, when going through the fallopian tube part, during this fertilization, you can see this blue part, small that are sperm. Fertilization occurs, okay. Then it goes up, fertilization occurs, then multicellular, okay. Then we say it comes out, then becomes blastocyte, then it comes in the uterus. And here baby, in this part baby's growth and development occurs in uterus, okay. And next topic, what happens when egg is not fertilized? I told when egg is not fertilized, then it will die, and makes the, okay, let us read. If the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. Since the ovary releases one egg every month, the uterus also prepares itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. Thus its lining become thick and spongy. This would be required for nourishing the embryo if fertilization had taken place. Now, however, this lining is not needed any longer, so the lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. It usually lasts for about 2 to 8 days. The next topic I'll take in the next video.